All right then. Sorry about that. At the last minute, a minute or two late, I got a phone call, or rather a message online. I tried to reply to the message and it accidentally called somebody who I didn't even know. And I was like, hi, I don't recognize who this is. And turns out it was somebody who had found me and connected with me online through this. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has been sharing this channel, because that's a big one. Like, that's a big thing. The fact that right now, I don't care if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, click the link, click share somewhere. This is how I get to meet other interesting people and talk about interesting things. And I wanted to go over something with you. Earlier, I did a chat with some of my Patreon subscribers, and it was related to this, but I wanted to talk about it in a more broad detail. All right, in a broader detail than what we discussed there. I'll tell you guys what we did later. I want to go first with what we're doing now. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the concept of an SME, or a subject matter expert. It's something that's been around for a while. The problem is a lot of people, particularly who aren't business owners, don't know about it. And I think up until now, a lot of people who weren't business owners didn't need it. The problem is right now, whether or not you like it, whether or not you ever intended for this to happen, you're a digital nomad. Most of the people watching this are in a situation where their company has had them working from home. The good and the bad of that is it showed everybody that you might not have a job to come back to when they realize they can do the same thing with fewer of you, right? When they can do it with fewer of you, and you've got more time on your hands. Think about how many people I talk to right now. Hey, Alpha Trucker, it was me. All right, Alpha Trucker, we're going to talk when I get done talking right here. We're going to have a chat. I'll give you a ring. I hope you're having a good day. So right now, a lot of people have a lot more time on their hands than they know what to do with, even if you're still working. And a lot of companies have people working more than normal. I want you to consider taking what you do, getting good enough at it to present to other people. And for the record, hold on, let me show you guys what we did earlier for those who don't know. We did the how to become, like literally how to work what you do into being a subject matter expert. Copy that. There.
Back
and
in the
becoming
game. Hey, listen.
There. Yeah. And becoming a SME. But I want to tell you not necessarily how to become an SME right now. I'm going to tell you why you might want to consider getting one. Because no matter what it is that you want to do, a lot of us have these ideas on, if I could do this, I would be able to really get rolling in life. If I could do that, I would really be able to get rolling with my business, my career, something that I want to do personally. And what I want to sell you on isn't necessarily me as an SME, although I have a very specific niche that I fall into. As a matter of fact, this is the video that we did, and I also left it's how to subject matter expert, and I left it in the thing for you guys to check it out. Now, going back, I want to be clear about this next statement. It's not for everyone, but it is for people who've decided that they want to do something, but there's one or two small roadblocks in the way. I'll give you an example. A lot of people say, listen, well, I'd like to have a website. However, I don't know how to set up a website. I know how to write articles. I know how to articulate what I want to say. I know how to make videos, but I don't know how to set up a website. Now, I could do what we used to do in the old days, show you how to use WordPress, show you how to insert things here and there. But what if you just hired a subject matter expert, one guy who for a flat rate most of the time, or hour by hour, will just look at you and say, all right, listen, I'm going to set this website up for you. You're going to pay me. And that's just it. You're going to walk away with a website that's functional, with the colors you want, and all you've got to do is take anything you wrote, copy, paste it in here, hit publish, bang, there you go. That's what a subject matter expert is going to be able to do for you. A subject matter expert can help you with small things. or big things. It could be something as big as a website, but an SME, a good SME, first of all, qualify your SMEs, right? What do I tell everybody? I tell this to people all the time. Find out who they are. What does that mean? It says, let their reputation speak for them. I'm going to go down a path right now. Some of you have been down before, but I want to show you as an example because I want to live it. How you doing, Chris Trips? That's an interesting picture you have there, my friend. Where is that? But I want to go down a road and I want to show you one of the ways to qualify, not just me, but anybody you bring in as an SME. By now, if you're not on LinkedIn, I'm not saying only the people who are not on LinkedIn are not legitimate, but what I am telling you is that you can find a lot of good people on LinkedIn. What LinkedIn is good for, and I say this all the time, some of you have heard me, don't look at my resume first. That's important and it's clever and it's very well laid out. Look at things like this. Look at my recommendations. Look at how many people under their real name and real profession are willing to say, this guy is legit. He's who he says he is. Pay him what he's asking for. That's the first thing you need to do when you hire your SME. You're going to have somebody that says, I can write websites and I can do coding. Oh, show me 3 or 4 things that you've done so that I can email them and verify that you really are that guy. Let me look at your resume on someplace like LinkedIn and look at your, and by the way, this is what my SME experience is right now. This is something that actually developed over time. A lot of people here who are my friends know that I've been helping people do their paperwork to come to live in Brazil, everything from how to get on the national health care, arranging cell phone, bank cards, debit cards, arranging tax ID numbers here, visa and residency paperwork. It's been ramping up slowly, and then it hit to a point where I could no longer say it was just something I did on the side for friends and friends of friends. Now I do expat relocation services full time. Don't judge me by me telling you that's what I do. Look and see whether or not I have references. Look and see whether or not my resume is a consistent resume. Most of all, ask other people. Look around you and see what kind of world do I carry around me. Don't just take me as some guy off the internet. Ask. It's okay. I'll be here tomorrow if you take tonight before you go on my Patreon. If you go on my Patreon tomorrow instead of tonight because you need to ask around about me because of your first video, do it. It's okay. I'll be here. I'm in it for the long term. You know, I've run a couple of businesses, and every business I've been able to pivot into because my reputation comes with me. If you're dealing with a good SME, they should be somebody that has experience in their field. You should be able to look at that person and say, listen, I trust you, blah, 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 good guy and all that. But my question to you is this. Why is it that I can't find any history? Why is your history a mystery? Why is it I can't find anybody who's willing to stand up and say you did that job for them? Avoid that person. Is this someone who has a good social media presence? Because whether we like it or not, social media is a thing. You can choose not to like it, but you can't pretend it doesn't exist. At the end of the day, you just have to decide whether or not you're in the game or not. When you find an SME, have the job ready for him. Know that I've got the rest of my business castle is all set up, but I need 1 or 2 people to do something to show me how to do this. It can be something as, some people say it's complex, some people say it's simple. I need to develop a logo. Matter of fact, hold on, I'm putting some people out of work today. Watch this. I'm going to show you guys a website where you can make a cool logo for your company, right? And I know people, I know somebody is gonna, I know I'm getting my ass kicked for this one. There is something called Hippie Logo Maker. And it is this app where you can go in for free, and play around with it, and they just give you these free templates on how to have a logo, how to have a cool logo, how to have the kind of logo that you want, right? There was a time when you had to hire an SME, right? Like Hippie Logos. All this stuff is just dirt free. Find a logo, change the color, they give it to you for free. let's say we don't want those. No, that's not where Watif is. Let's say your business is travel. Keyword global. Let's see what they pour out for us. All these free. You're going to recognize some of these things that some companies have. You get the right logo. You get the right color scheme. That's it. You get the right logo. You get the right logo scheme, and there it is. You have it. So I'm actually challenging my friends who are in the arts department to become a SME that can show people why they're better than something online. Like, look at this. Company name, we'll put Watif. All categories, we'll say games and recreations, get started. See what it comes up with first. No, look at that. All these for free. Watif, 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 Watif. Watif here, Watif there. This is actually a cool one. It's primary colors, which always work, and it's free. Game over. I would put Youssef Watif under there. These things matter, right? But you know what you can't find online? You can't find someone who may be able to go online for you and deliver a list of potential clients. If you have someone and you say, you know what, I just need to be able to look for men who shave their head, who have luxurious and belligerent mustaches. Well, there are people who can specifically find that group for you and deliver 1,000 names and email addresses of men who fit that description. You could do it yourself, but it's going to take you forever. But Watif, I've already learned how to make, for the people who know, I make my own mustache wax and beard balm. I don't have a beard, but I make mustache wax. Actually, this part is more beard than mustache, but it's beside the point. I've already made this stuff. How do I get it to the people? Well, since you already did the hard part of making it, all you need is one guy to make you a web page, and another guy to get you some people to market it to. Those are what subject matter experts can do. A subject matter expert could be someone, for example, did you know there are still people who use, I believe it's Windows 7? Windows operating system has been around for a long time, relatively, in terms of the internet, right? But it came out in 2009. Did you know that there are companies, huge companies, that insist on using Windows 7 because the cost of migrating over would kill their company? The cost of migrating over from Windows 7 to current Windows would cost them years of productivity and time. So they would rather hire someone who only knows one thing. He might have a team of guys. They know one thing and they know it well, and it's Windows 7. Something is for internet, this is dog's years for internet. It's 10, 15 years old. In the internet, you might as well be 175. But they're one-trick ponies, and they do that trick very well. Don't necessarily go out looking for someone to help you with the business that you're developing. And I hope everybody here, I'm not telling people to run out and quit their jobs. But what I'm saying is that right now, actually, let me preach for a quick minute, because I talked about this privately with my Patreons, but I'm going to give it to you too. You do realize almost everyone in America is on welfare right now, right? Like, you don't want to call it welfare, because when you think of welfare, hold on, you think of welfare, you think of, hold on a second. I know I've already kicked myself in the ass twice. Some more people will get mad at me. That's okay. It's okay. I'll be here. Let me find a good picture so I can really just stick it in. Just stick it in. Watch this. A lot of people think that if you are waiting for a check from your government to decide whether or not you and your children or your wife or your wives or your whatever can eat right now, that you're not on welfare, you're kidding yourself. If you're waiting on that government bailout check that might or might not happen, that you might or might not get taxed on, to come and save your family, you're on welfare. You just want to tell yourself, no, it's a stimulus. No, if you can't deal with what's going on in the world, and I'm not saying you're a bad person, I'm just saying you're a person who desperately, desperately needs to wake up and realize you got to have something going on the side for yourself. I'm not here to tell you people, hey, quit your jobs. What I am telling you, learn something. Learn how to have something on the side. Develop a small business. Hire an SME. Don't hire them all at once. If 1 month all your extra money from your paycheck, there's no such thing as extra money. But you take some money out of your paycheck for 4 weeks, and then you hire one guy to start your website for you. Then the next month, you might have to hire somebody else to find your clients for you. And then you start your business, and you're only making a few % profit every month. Good. Because from that point forward, you're on a little bit better footing, because you might be able to ride out the ups and the downs of the economy a little bit better. Now, you might have to go, from eating expensive steak down to I'm just going to have this roasted chicken and rice for dinner every night, but you're still better off than that guy who's got to wonder if the government check is going to be the reason he gets to eat at all. Let me do this. Do you think it's hard to create your own logo? That's a trick question. I'm not an artist. So I know if you handed me a pencil or even a computer program to write something that looks like a logo, no matter what I thought it was, it's going to come out looking like a turkey. Like, remember when you were a kid and you put your hand on a piece of paper and you would do it like this? That's what it's going to come out as. So for me, I needed something that was going to give me the opportunity to have somebody else do it. That's just my reality. I know what I can do and I know what I can't do. Let me show you guys something. This is the logo to the Peer Circle. There you go. Think I made that? Nope, I didn't. I used an application. Let's see. A free application. Here it is. All right. Give you guys another one. I use this application right here. Hipster Logo Generator. Ta-da! It's not complicated. You just go through, pick up a couple of things, add through it, but it matters. It matters. Having a little logo like that when I have to send something on behalf of my company, in the top corner, I just put Youssef Watif, the Peer Circle, and all of a sudden I'm a real company now because I've got a logo. Again, you could actually say that even though I didn't meet these guys, I had to find a subject matter expert, and they did it for free. They just did it for the advertising, right? Subject matter expert doesn't necessarily have to be the guy you called. You might have to go find a service that's going to save you the time of doing something else. When you guys look at, hold on, let me subject matter experts. Let me give you another example of digital social, let me give you guys an example of, let's see, subject matter expert. How many of you, when you clicked on this, clicked on what we're talking about right now, you saw on my page, let's see, boom, that's my thumbnail. You see those color combinations? I'm not an artist. I didn't come up with that on my own. What did I do? I used something like Canva, and on Canva, if you, let's see, Canva, there. Canva has a page you can go to, and they have, again, they're subject matter experts. They're not here to teach me how to talk to you about what I do. They're here to give me those small things that make my life easier. So I already have a logo. Then I just wanted to find out what colors go well together. I only remember, red, yellow, green, whatever that other stuff is. You know what this page did? I didn't even read all that. Look, I didn't read all this. I just said, look, you're Canva. Why don't you provide me with something to make my life easier? I'll bring the message of business, making money, saving money to the people. Show me how to make something clever they're going to look at on YouTube. And for the people some of the people that I'm coaching on how to get their YouTube channel put together, they know I show them stuff like this all the time. Oh, look, Subdued and Professional. They gave me 4 different color things that I click on one, save it, put it in the Canva app. It brings up that color, and I make one of my backgrounds that color. And then the other, if I have a background that has 3 or 4 colors, let's say there's a left side to the bar, a right side to the bar, and what I write my name in. All I need is 3 of these colors, and I know they work together. I don't know why they work together. I think they look cool. Do you really think I'm going to take time out of my day to try to figure out what colors work well together? Because if it was me, everything would just be black and white with maybe some red letters, but that's not what makes people click on a thumbnail. I've had people tell me, wow, when the day came that I went back and redid thumbnails for everything, they're like, wow, that was awesome. You should have done that earlier. Because I'm trying to make up for the fact that, I appreciate how all of you do something like team captain here, BK from the Rockies says like, share, and subscribe. I'm so proud of you for helping me to get where I am. I've got like 1,400 subscribers. Listen, outside of my own cousins, which only amount to like 50, maybe 60, I didn't think I was going to get that many subscribers. I'm glad to know that you guys are out there liking it, sharing it, and subscribing. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this somewhere. Business-minded talk. Always good to see you. We got to catch up soon, my friend. Does that site expect royalties based on profit, the hipster local site? No. But you know what I gave him? I gave him that hat tip. I'm not going to tell you I did it all by myself because I didn't. I came with the main course. I know how to talk about 3 things that we talk about on this channel: world travel, and on the side of that, I have my life in Brazil as I'm a permanent resident here now. I can come and go as I please. I like to talk about, well, you all know my favorite subject, money. We talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, savings, how to avoid debt. And we talk about a lot of serious community issues. This channel got started when it was just a bunch of my friends and I would just get online under my account and just talk about whatever, and it grew from there, right? I can do that part. I can bring the main course, but I didn't know how to make the side dishes. Like, I need to put some colors behind it. I need to learn how to use Canva so I can make a free thing to just put my little logo on behind it. I don't want to worry about those things. So what did I do? I found online an SME. I found a subject matter expert. What subject matter experts do you need? He said, oh, you did the work. We just helped out. And shout out to BK again. He's one of the reasons that I ended up with a Patreon page. He was one of those people that said, "What? You're kind of giving everything away for free, and we need to stop that." It's like you're just giving everybody these things for free, and then you get mad when people ask you for the information and don't want to actually do anything. And he's one of the reasons that I came through, and I ended up with here you guys go. For anybody who doesn't know, I have Patreon. This is, and I want to stress this, my Patreon page is a lot less fun than YouTube. Let me say that again. It's a lot less fun. This is where I talk about the technical aspects of how I do what I do. Kind of like what we talked about today when I said, right now, I'm going to talk to you about why you might need an SME and we can have fun and laugh about it and tell everybody they're on welfare. However, that Patreon page is where I take the time out of my afternoon and I go through step by step to show you how to become a subject matter expert. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Thank you. So what I'm saying to you is this, and this goes into that same general theme that I always have. There is no shame for working for somebody else. There's no shame in that. However, if you're going to work for somebody else, one, make sure you're paid adequately for what you do, and then get so good at what you do that you're paid adequately plus 20 or 30% because you're one of the best at it, right? I have a friend, Pat. My good buddy Pat came by, and we talked about his life as an electrician, and he makes more money out of his electricians, but I will call him some days, and I was like, hey, are you, how's your day going? He was like, oh, just wrapping up, going home to have dinner with the family. Isn't it like 5 o'clock there? He's like, yeah. But wait a minute, what time do you go to work? It's about 8 or 9. So you work as an electrician, union, 8 to like 5. He says, yeah, I'm home before sunset every day. He makes a great salary. What does he do? He's an electrician, certified. He got good at what he did, and he works for companies that pay him a lot of money to come to their buildings and make sure that they're not going to burn down, show them what wires go where, and make sure his guys pull the wires in the right direction. There's no shame in working for somebody else. Make sure you're worth it. I think I take the easy route out because working for myself, I know I'm never going to be underpaid. I don't have to go through contract negotiations. Either way is fine. Don't let anybody tell you you shouldn't work for somebody else. But what I'm saying is that if you are working for somebody else, I'd like to put this nugget into your brain real quick for you to consider finding out something you can do on your own, then finding those experts that can help you do it. If you need me, I'm here. I do writing, editing, copy editing. Right now, I've been doing a lot of helping people get from the United States to Brazil professionally. If I can't do it, I have a wide enough, after living in 15 countries for years at a time throughout my life, I have a network of connections and people that can help you. If you do have something you need done, contact me. I'm not hard to find. I'm not hard to deal with. After saying that, I'm going to say thank you all very much. Thank you for taking time to watch this. You know, I don't take for granted that people are going to want to watch me saying the things that I say. So I always read my comments. If there's something more that you think I can give you, ask. All right. So I want everybody to be safe out there.